Hello there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's tap into the energy around your connection and the person you're focused on and see what Spirit wants to reveal today. As always, keep what resonates with your heart and release anything that isn't meant for you. All right, Taurus, let's get into your reading. So, the energy that I have for you today is this. You may think they have lost interest. Let us come in close today because the cards are uncovering something deeply important for you. The truth behind this connection is not what you have been telling yourself, not even close. This person has not walked away from you, and their feelings have not faded one single bit. What you mistook for distance is actually a storm of emotion brewing quietly inside this person. The silence you have felt carries far more weight and deeper meaning than you ever realized. Their quietness was never about losing interest. It was about feeling too much all at once. You have been watching their behavior from the outside and reading every step as confirmation of loss. Nothing could be further from the truth, and today the cards are correcting every false assumption you held. The doubt that crept into your mind was never a reflection of how this person feels about you. Everything they are holding back from you has a reason, and the cards are about to confirm that. You deserve to understand what has been happening beneath the surface, and this reading brings that clarity. Here is our first card, and it is the Star, stepping forward in a deeply meaningful position today. The Star confirms that this connection between you is still alive, still glowing beneath it all. Nothing about this bond has disappeared. It has only gone quiet because the emotions run that deep. This card does not show up for connections that are fading. It arrives when love is enduring. The Star says this person holds you in a sacred place inside their heart, one nobody else fills. That pull you feel toward them, that invisible thread between your souls, has never once been severed. Beneath all the confusion and all the wondering, this card shows a foundation that remains completely unbroken. Hope is woven through every layer of this connection, and the Star reflects that with undeniable certainty today. The next card coming through is the Nine of Pentacles, and this one reveals something truly essential. Nine of Pentacles tells me this person has been guarding what they feel, sheltering it from outside noise. They chose silence over vulnerability because what they carry for you feels too overwhelming to name. This card reveals a person who values loyalty deeply and has no intention of letting you go. Their withdrawal was not rejection, it was preservation of something they consider far too precious to risk. The Nine of Pentacles shows their investment in you is not casual, it is rooted and fully intentional. You may have questioned their commitment, but these cards confirm they have been devoted beyond what you knew. What appeared on the surface as coldness was this person protecting a bond they refused to lose. They built walls not to push you away, but to guard what they feel until the moment arrives. Patience has been their quiet offering, and the Nine of Pentacles confirms that with striking emotional weight. Then we have the Two of Cups, and this card brings everything into perfect alignment right here. Two of Cups confirms a mutual connection, one where both hearts are still reaching toward each other. This is not one-sided emotion. The cards want you to grasp that with complete certainty right now. What flows between you and this person is reciprocal, anchored in something far deeper than surface attraction. The Two of Cups speaks of a bond where both souls recognize each other, even through prolonged silence. Two of Cups says the love has not vanished. It has been resting in a much quieter space. This card holds proof that both of you still carry the same unspoken recognition within your souls. The bond reflected in this card does not dissolve no matter how much time stretches between you. Every ounce of feeling they carry remains tucked safely inside them, waiting for its right moment. You were never forgotten by this person, and you were never replaced by anyone in their world. The message today is undeniable. They have not lost interest. They have only been carrying it quietly. These three cards together confirm the bond is still intact, still warm, and waiting for its moment. Their feelings remain unchanged beneath the stillness, and every card today has echoed that same beautiful truth. The truth was always there waiting beneath the quiet, and now the cards have finally brought it forward. You needed to hear this today, and the universe made sure this reading found its way to you.
Now, let us shift the focus entirely onto you, because your heart has been carrying so much. You have been sitting with a heaviness lately, and it presses harder than you dare to admit. There is a weariness deep in your spirit, a tiredness that runs far beyond anything physical or ordinary. Your mind has been circling the same questions endlessly, and no answer has felt satisfying enough. You keep replaying certain moments inside your head, searching for any clue about where everything quietly shifted. The exhaustion you carry is not laziness, it is the toll of loving deeply without receiving clarity. Part of you wants to release it all, and another part refuses to let go of what lingers. That internal battle has become your steady companion, draining you in ways you have barely even acknowledged. You wake up certain mornings already tired, carrying yesterday's unanswered thoughts right into the new day. The emotional weight has settled into your chest, and you feel it, even during the calmest moments. Our first card arriving is the Four of Cups, and it carries a pointed message meant for you. Four of Cups tells me you have been emotionally withdrawn, sitting inside your own walls of disappointment. You have convinced yourself that nothing new will reach you, that the good outcomes already passed by. This card says you focused so hard on what went wrong that you stopped noticing what remains. Your emotional guard is fully raised, blocking you from seeing the openings still present around you today. Four of Cups reflects a heart grown numb, not from absence, but because hope feels completely spent. You stopped expecting good news, and that quiet shift has colored every thought you carry with you. The numbness is not who you are. It is armor you constructed after being left without answers. Your spark did not vanish. It only retreated behind thick layers of emotional protection and quiet doubt. The next card coming through is the High Priestess, speaking directly to your deep inner knowing. The High Priestess confirms that within yourself, you already sense the truth beneath all of this confusion. Your intuition has been whispering for weeks, telling you that things are not as bleak as they seem. You have felt quiet nudges in your chest, those subtle flickers of warmth arriving when you least expect. The High Priestess says your gut has never misled you, and it is not misleading you right now. You keep dismissing your own instincts, choosing doubt over the calm inner voice guiding you forward.
This card urges you to trust what rises from within, not the fear echoing inside your anxious mind. Your wisdom runs sharper than you credit yourself for, and the High Priestess wants you to honor that. A quiet strength lives inside you that already holds the answer, even when your thoughts argue back. Then we have the Eight of Swords, and this card captures exactly where your mind has been locked. Eight of Swords shows a mind held captive, imprisoned by painful narratives you created during the silence. You told yourself it was finished. You labeled yourself foolish, and none of those conclusions were accurate. The bindings around your thoughts are not real. They are assumptions born from fear and prolonged waiting. Eight of Swords says you hold the power to remove every limitation placed upon your own perception. Nobody locked you inside this mental cage, and the card confirms that the door was open all along. The restriction you feel is self-imposed, born from exhaustion and nights of overthinking without resolution. You deserve to breathe freely again, without uncertainty pressing against every waking thought you carry inside. Your heart is not shattered beyond repair. It is bruised from carrying questions that felt impossible. The Four of Cups asked you to lift your gaze. The High Priestess asked you to trust yourself. The Eight of Swords asks you to step forward, releasing the mental prison you unknowingly built around yourself. You are stronger than the doubt suggests, wiser than the fear allows, and more resilient than you feel. These cards see a soul quietly enduring, holding on through a prolonged storm of unanswered emotion inside. Your feelings are valid, and your weariness is understood, but these cards also celebrate your quiet depth. The clarity you have been seeking was never far. It was waiting for you to stop searching outside. You have been waging a war inside your own mind, and now it is finally time to rest.
Okay, now we move into what is happening on their side, and this energy runs incredibly deep. This person has been living inside a quiet emotional storm, one nobody around them even suspects. The feelings have not faded, they have intensified, growing heavier with each passing week of distance. There is a tenderness still alive inside them, raw and vulnerable in ways they cannot articulate. They wrestle with emotions that refuse to settle, turning restless every time the thought quietly arises. This person carries an ache beneath their composure, hidden carefully behind a well-maintained exterior. On the surface, they appear collected, but underneath, a tide of unresolved feeling keeps surging forward. The conflict inside them is constant, pulling between what they want to express and what they dare. Fear has become the dominant force governing their decisions, and it paralyzes them more than anything. They are terrified of being misread, of offering vulnerability only to have it met with cold rejection. Our first card here is the King of Cups, revealing their emotional landscape with striking precision today. King of Cups tells me this person feels everything deeply, but controls it beneath a composed surface. They have mastered the art of appearing unbothered, while internally their world churns with unspoken tenderness. This card confirms a person who leads with emotional maturity, but that maturity has now become a mask. King of Cups says they have been swallowing their feelings whole, refusing to let any of it spill. The restraint is not coldness, it is discipline born from a genuine fear of overwhelming the situation. They believe that showing what they carry in its full scope would expose them in terrifying ways. This person processes everything internally, sitting alone with feelings most people would struggle to even hold. The depth of their emotional capacity is remarkable, but it has also become their greatest private suffering. They sit with it alone at night, turning it over, wondering how something so full feels isolating.
The next card arriving is the Moon, illuminating the hidden fears that drive their entire behavior pattern. The Moon confirms that confusion clouds their mind, and they cannot separate intuition from anxious projection. This person questions their own feelings constantly, wondering if what they experience is real or mere attachment. They cycle between certainty and crippling doubt, unable to land on a single truth about their desires. The Moon reveals layers of subconscious fear, old wounds resurfacing every time they consider being fully transparent. Past experiences taught them that openness leads to pain, and that lesson remains heavy in their bones. Every attempt at transparency in the past ended with regret, and that pattern now governs their silence. They are haunted by memories where vulnerability backfired, and those scars now dictate every cautious step taken. The Moon says this person moves through emotional fog daily, grasping for clarity that keeps slipping away. Beneath the confusion, though, one feeling remains stubbornly consistent, and it is the pull toward this bond. Then we have the Six of Cups, exposing the nostalgic tenderness fueling everything happening inside this person. Six of Cups tells me they revisit old memories frequently, replaying shared moments with reverent attention. This person holds on to specific details, small gestures, and quiet exchanges that most people would have forgotten. The nostalgia is not casual reminiscing, it is a lifeline they return to when the present feels uncertain. Six of Cups confirms their emotional foundation was shaped by those early shared experiences, deeply and permanently. They carry a version of this bond that time has not eroded, not slightly or in any way. This card says the sweetness of what once existed still flavors every thought they hold about this bond. The tenderness is not performative, it is woven into the very fabric of how they process their feelings. King of Cups showed composure masking real emotion. The Moon exposed the fears driving their prolonged silence. Six of Cups revealed that beneath the fear and composure lives a tender devotion rooted in cherished memory. This person is consumed by what they feel, conflicted by what they fear, and haunted by memory. The weight of everything unsaid has become its own presence, filling every quiet moment with raw intensity. Their silence was never absence of feeling, it was the sound of a heart too full to speak. So now we look at what this person is preparing to do, and real movement is forming. The stillness that defined their recent behavior is cracking, and a visible shift is underway. What was frozen for weeks has started to thaw, and the first cracks are already showing clearly. They have reached a tipping point inside, and staying quiet is no longer sustainable for them. A decision is crystallizing right now, and it involves making direct contact with you very soon. This person is building the nerve to initiate a conversation, one they have rehearsed privately. They have started planning how to approach, carefully choosing the right words and the right timing. The preparation is deliberate and thorough because this person refuses to waste the moment when it arrives. The hesitation is shrinking fast, replaced by a growing determination to finally take a real step. This is not vague intention, this is concrete movement beginning to take organized and deliberate form. They keep arriving at the same conclusion, and that conclusion points directly toward reaching out to you. Every excuse they used to justify distance has started losing its grip on their decision making. Our first card is the Knight of Wands, confirming fast approaching action headed straight your way. Knight of Wands does not hesitate once a choice is locked, and this person has locked theirs. This card shows a bold move being assembled, driven by urgency rather than careful, calculated patience. Knight of Wands tells me the approach will feel sudden, arriving quicker than you mentally prepare for. They are finished sitting in the background, finished watching from the sidelines while everything stays frozen. The fire behind this card is unmistakable, signaling a person ready to break through their own silence. Knight of Wands confirms they will reach out, and when they do, it will carry real momentum. The method of contact may catch you off guard, arriving without the usual build-up or advance warning. They are not interested in small talk or surface exchanges. Their intention goes far beyond casual checking in. This person will not ease into it gradually. They will arrive with purpose and undeniable directness. Their next move will not be subtle. It will be intentional in a way that leaves zero ambiguity. The energy around this action feels imminent, not months away, but within a much tighter window. Preparation is already happening behind closed doors, and the final push is closer than you realize. The internal countdown has already started, and each passing day brings them closer to pulling the trigger. Then we have the Chariot, amplifying everything the Knight of Wands confirmed about their forward trajectory. The Chariot represents a person locked onto a direction, and nothing external will redirect them now. This card shows willpower harnessed toward a single outcome, and that outcome involves reaching you directly. The Chariot tells me the internal debate has ended. They are no longer torn about what to do. They picked a lane and committed fully, and the lane they chose leads back to this connection. Obstacles that held them in place have been mentally dismantled, one by one, over recent weeks. The Chariot says this person now operates with singular focus, moving forward without glancing back at doubt. Their resolve has hardened into something unshakable, and hesitation no longer has a seat at the table. Their approach will carry a seriousness you have not witnessed before, a brand new level of resolve. When they finally step forward, the energy behind it will leave no room for misinterpretation at all. This is not a casual test of the waters. This is a person arriving with full, undeniable intention. The Chariot confirms that the timing of their move aligns with determination they cannot suppress. Together, these cards reveal momentum that has already begun, not something sitting idle for future permission. The gears are already turning behind their silence, and the results of that motion are approaching rapidly. What arrives from this person will be unmistakable, deliberate, and aimed at reopening this connection entirely. The momentum building inside them is undeniable, and every card today has pointed toward the same inevitable outcome. The waiting period is reaching its final stretch, and their move will make their intentions impossible to miss. Action is no longer a possibility on their horizon. It has become the only path they see forward.
Okay, now we enter the part they would never willingly say out loud, their hidden confessions. This is what lives in the deepest corner of their mind, the truth they bury beneath every interaction. They have been suppressing words that burn inside them, phrases rehearsed but never once delivered aloud. The confessions stacked inside this person are heavy, layered with longing they refuse to publicly acknowledge. What they hide is not casual attraction, it is a consuming fixation they cannot seem to quiet. They think about you in moments that have nothing to do with you, and that terrifies them privately. Your name surfaces in their mind uninvited, interrupting ordinary tasks, with an intensity that startles them. They have imagined conversations that never happened, scripted entire exchanges they wish they had nerve for. The secret they guard most fiercely is that their feelings never decreased, but instead multiplied with time. They would never admit how often they revisit your presence mentally, because the frequency would reveal everything. The depth of their private obsession with this connection would shock you if you ever saw it fully.
Our first card is the Ace of Cups, exposing the raw emotional truth flooding through them right now. Ace of Cups tells me their heart is overflowing, filled with a love they have never voiced aloud. This card reveals an emotional reservoir so full that it physically affects them and tightens their chest. The love contained inside them is not a flicker, it is a current running constant and uninterrupted. Ace of Cups says they dream of a moment where they can finally pour everything out without consequence. They fantasize about being fully transparent, laying every hidden feeling bare, without risk of being dismissed. The confession they rehearse most often is that they have never felt this depth for any other person. They want to tell you that you changed something permanent inside them, something that cannot be reversed. This person secretly craves your validation more than they would ever confess to another living soul. Ace of Cups confirms every suppressed feeling has only concentrated further, becoming denser with each silent day. The unspoken truth is that they compare every interaction with others to what they experienced with you. Nobody measures up to that standard, and that realization haunts them because their heart chose you permanently. Then we have the Devil, and this card uncovers the obsessive edge of what they conceal inside. The Devil tells me this person is bound to you mentally, attached in ways beyond ordinary affection. They cannot detach, no matter how hard they try, and they have genuinely tried more than once. This card reveals a fixation that borders on consuming, where thoughts of you dominate their quiet hours. The Devil says they tried to rationalize their way out of these feelings and failed every single time. They secretly wish they could stop caring because the intensity of what they carry frightens even them. The obsession is not harmful or dark. It is born from genuine depth they cannot logically process. They have tried replacing the space you hold inside them, and every attempt left them feeling more hollow. This person lies awake replaying your voice, your expressions, your specific way of making them feel seen. The Devil confirms they are addicted to the version of themselves that only exists in your presence. Without you mirroring that back, they feel incomplete in a way they will never openly admit to anyone. They conceal a desperate wish to hear you confirm the feelings are mutual and that you recognize them. The hunger for your reassurance keeps them awake, keeps them distracted, keeps them anchored to this bond. Ace of Cups exposed a love they cannot contain. The Devil revealed an attachment they cannot sever. Together, these cards confirm their hidden truth, a devotion so intense it scares them into prolonged silence. They would give almost anything to know that you still hold space for them inside your heart. The deepest confession buried beneath all the layers is that they belong to you and they know it. Their silence is not emptiness, it is a vault overflowing with words they are too terrified to release. If they could say one thing without consequence, it would be that you are irreplaceable to them. Every whispered confession inside them circles back to the same undeniable conclusion about this bond. What they hide from everyone around them is that you are the only thought they cannot put down. Now we bring this reading to its close, and the final cards paint a beautiful picture ahead. The near future is opening with warmth, and what approaches carries the clarity you have been needing. Our first card for the near future is the Sun, one of the most radiant cards possible. The Sun tells me light is returning to this connection, and the fog surrounding it will soon lift. Transparency is arriving, and with it comes a moment of mutual recognition that changes everything between you. The Sun confirms joy approaching this bond, not distant or uncertain, but tangible and genuinely within reach. This card says the truth will finally surface, and when it does, you will both feel relief. Following that, we have the Ten of Cups, representing emotional fulfillment at its highest possible level. Ten of Cups confirms what is building between you has the potential to reach a deeply satisfying place. This is the card of lasting harmony, two people finding their way back to shared, genuine happiness. Ten of Cups says the outcome forming ahead carries the mark of a bond meant to endure. The happiness reflected here is not fleeting. It is rooted in real compatibility and mutual emotional devotion. What the near future holds is a turning point, shifting this connection into a much brighter chapter. For the advice card, we have Temperance stepping forward with guidance on how to navigate what comes next. Temperance asks for patience above all else. Trust the timing even when it feels unbearably slow to you. This card advises you to stay balanced, not to rush or force conversations before their natural moment. Temperance says the best thing you can do is remain grounded and let this unfold naturally. Trust that what belongs to you will not pass by, and allow the universe to guide the reunion. Temperance confirms your steadiness right now is the most powerful offering you can give this connection. Let us return to the message. You may think they lost interest, but here is the full truth. Their feelings never left. They only went underground, where nobody could witness or disturb what was growing. Every card today confirmed that this person's heart remains fully oriented toward you, without exception. Let us walk through what each card revealed, because the confirmation across this reading is extraordinary. The star showed a connection still glowing beneath the surface, alive and resilient despite all the distance. Nine of Pentacles revealed deep loyalty, a person guarding this bond as something far too valuable to risk. Two of Cups confirmed mutual recognition between you, a love that flows equally in both directions today. Four of Cups reflected your emotional withdrawal, the numbness that settled after waiting so long without answers. The High Priestess validated your inner knowing, confirming that your intuition about this connection was always accurate. Eight of Swords showed the mental prison built from doubt and reminded you that the door remains open. King of Cups revealed emotional depth hidden beneath composure, a heart feeling everything but showing almost nothing. The moon exposed fears driving their silence, old wounds making transparency feel dangerously vulnerable for them. Six of Cups uncovered tender nostalgia fueling them. Memories of you, they return to you like a sacred ritual. Knight of Wands confirmed bold action forming rapidly, a move that will arrive with undeniable forward momentum. The Chariot amplified that drive, showing willpower locked onto a single direction, leading right back to you. Ace of Cups exposed love overflowing inside them, feelings so concentrated they have never once voiced them. The Devil revealed attachment they cannot sever, a bond so deeply wired that walking away feels impossible. The Sun promised light and clarity returning soon, a moment of truth bringing long-awaited relief to both. Ten of Cups confirmed lasting fulfillment ahead, the kind of happiness that is genuinely built to endure. Temperance offered patience as your greatest ally, trusting the timing through this remaining stretch of waiting. This reading confirmed from every angle that their interest never faded, it only deepened in the silence. You are not waiting in vain, and what approaches you now carries the weight of something truly meant. Thank you so much for being here today, for trusting this space and allowing these cards to speak. I appreciate you more than you know, and I am sending you so much love and warmth today. Take care of yourself, beautiful soul, and remember that what is yours will always find its way home. A bond so deeply wired that walking away feels impossible. The Sun promised light and clarity returning soon, a moment of truth bringing long-awaited relief to both. Ten of Cups confirmed lasting fulfillment ahead, the kind of happiness that is genuinely built to endure. Temperance offered patience as your greatest ally, trusting the timing through this remaining stretch of waiting. This reading confirmed from every angle that their interest never faded, it only deepened in the silence. You are not waiting in vain, and what approaches you now carries the weight of something truly meant. Thank you so much for being here today, for trusting this space and allowing these cards to speak.